Do you know that progress is impossible without change? And those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Namita, and today we are going to talk about ways to move towards growth zone for becoming more confident, successful and happy. So, before we get into the ways or the techniques which will take us towards the growth zone, we will talk about different zones which we keep revolving into. Yes, there are 4 major zones and we keep swinging in between these zones only. We have to cross different zones to reach ultimately to the growth zone. And I have talked about growth mindset earlier also in that course which is running on this channel, soft skills training program. I'll link the video here. We have talked about growth mindset in detail. Watch this video, it will be more helpful to give you a background for this one. So if we really want to get into the growth zone, we have to first of all break the earlier zones which are there. The first one is our comfort zone, and you already know about it. You know from the name that comfort zone is comfortable. It's comfortable because we feel safe inside it. We are allowed to be lazy. We are allowed to feel boring. We get bored with our phone and laptops and TV, with the technology overpowering us. We are fine with it because everything is in our control. Right now, we are secured in our own comfort and we don't have to put in efforts to do anything. We are fine with it. But at the same time, we feel guilty. We know that we are missing out on something. Suppose you want to work on your English, but right now you're not reading English books. You're not listening to any English content. You're not talking to yourself in English. You're not even trying. You're not practicing. You're not writing a journal. You're not doing anything. But you're fine with it because you're in your comfort zone. You're watching the same content that you were watching earlier. You're not working on your pronunciation. You're not developing a reading habit. Suppose it's about, okay, let's take example for developing a reading habit to gain more knowledge, to develop our understanding, to become a better version of ourselves. But we are so comfortable in not reading because we love spending time in front of our phone screen that our comfort zone is keeping us so tightly into the boundary, we don't want to step out of it. So those people who are confined in their comfort zones cannot achieve a lot. There comes time when you are guilty and you know that you are missing out on something. You know that people who read are better people. They have more knowledge. They have more wisdom. They can deal with anything in their life in a better way. So that is the time you decide to move out of your comfort zone. And then you enter into the fear zone. Now, fear zone is a place where you find excuses for not doing what you want to do. You'll find excuses for not reading books. You will say, I listen to audiobooks. I listen to so many people on YouTube. I listen to podcasts. It is enough. Why to read? I have been listening to a lot of things. I talk to people. Why should I read? Reading books is a waste of time. But you know that people who read are always smart. People who read can talk about anything. They are spontaneous. They are confident. So you will find excuses over here because here you lack self-confidence to do the thing. You still will find excuses. You will be affected by other people's opinion. What will they talk about you? If you cannot speak fluent English, you'll be worried about other people's opinions of you. They will say that, oh, you're not speaking fluently. You have a very strong mother tongue influence. Your pronunciation is not correct. What are you reading? These are so funny books. You're reading children's books. You're still into stories. Oh, we have read such good books. You are affected by the judgments. That's the fear zone where you're daunted by everything. You have excuses because everything leads to more excuses for not doing the task, for not reading a book, for not working on your fluency. Now, if you're still ready to break that fear, you still want to move ahead. Fear is something which will always scare you. if you're still willing to move forward, you will step into the learning zone. And this learning zone is a wonderful zone. When you enter this learning zone, now you are willing to acquire new skills. Now you're ready to learn everything. Now you want to deal with more challenges, because this is the zone where you are going to extend your comfort zone. You know that your comfort zone was all about just watching reels, was just making fun of others, was just watching series, staying awake the whole night, was eating junk, was not going for a walk, or it was not exercising, was not about spending time with your breath. It was all something, eating, chit-chatting on phone and everything. Now in the learning zone, you are willing to acquire skills. You want to become skillful and confident, the name of my channel. So here you are ready to face the challenges. You know that life is not easy. It's only by solving one riddle we will move on to another. And now is the time that your learning will take you to another level. And this is the zone which paves the way towards growth zone. Finally, you will enter the growth zone, and growth zone is the zone where you find a purpose, where you know why you want to become fluent in your English, why you want to start reading books, why you want to be more confident in your life. You'll have all your objectives. You'll be able to set new goals for yourself, because right now you want to live your dreams. You have been holding on to your dreams for so long. Finally, you are in action. You're ready to work on yourself. You are ready to change yourself. You're ready to learn. You're willing to create a life of your dreams. This growth zone is where we want to reach. So, to reach to this beautiful, amazing zone, the growth zone, first of all, we have to identify our fears. The first step, the first way, the first technique is to identify your fears. What are you fearful of? It needs awareness. It needs self-awareness. Are you aware about yourself to understand the barriers between you and your dream life? What are the roadblocks that are there? You have to unfold a lot of past riddles, puzzles that were there. A lot of patterns need to be broken. You have to deal with a lot of emotional healing. Then only you will be able to move to the growth zone. So identify your fears first. Why are you scared about things? Is it that you have not got an environment where you could thrive out of your own self in the best possible way? Maybe it was not provided to you, but now you can create something for yourself like that. So first of all, we are going to focus on identifying our fears. What are we scared of? And then keep breaking those fears. Keep working on each one of them so that you can grow your own wings. That's important. The second thing is seek solutions. Now you know your fears. Now you know that you're scared of people making fun of you. You know that book reading is a tedious task. It involves a lot of time and you're not willing to spend that time. You're scared of spending that time in the books, or you're scared of the vocabulary that you'll come across. What are your fears? If you've identified, now you'll seek solution, because there is always a solution. For that, you have to have a solution-oriented approach. You still love to talk about problems. This is my problem. I cannot speak in English. I cannot read. I cannot understand. I have a strong mother tongue influence. My family is not supportive. I don't have an environment. A lot of problems. Seek solutions. What can you do right now? Don't focus just on problems which you have been doing for so long. Once you move towards a solution-oriented approach, you will start attracting a lot of resources. The universe will provide you all the resources that you need to reach towards the growth zone, to have a life of your dreams. So for that, you have to think about solutions. Stop thinking about problems. You've already listed down your problems, your fears. You've listed them down. Now start ticking each of them with solution. This is how I'm going to work on your English. This is how I'm going to build the habit of reading. This is how I'm going to start going for a walk in the morning. This is how I'm going to deal with this relationship problem. There is always a solution. So look for solutions. Now, after seeking solutions, the third thing that you will have to do is start finding a comfort in change. Life is all about changing. Right now you're too comfortable because you don't want to change. Whatever patterns, whatever routine, whatever habits you've had till now, you're okay with them. This is a time when you need to change. You have to innovate new things. So you have to grow. If you have to grow, you have to change. There is no growth without change. So you have to basically, instead of change, I think I should use the word transformation. This is where the transformation happens. Have you seen a butterfly? First of all, it's in the form of a caterpillar. It's in a cocoon. Now the being in the cocoon is a very painful process. It's not easy. And look at the caterpillar, it's just a worm. If it doesn't struggle, if it doesn't strive into that cocoon for whatever time period is decided for it, it won't come out as a colorful butterfly. It has to go through that pain. It has to go through that striving. It has to spend that time in the cocoon, suffering, struggling to come out as that beautiful butterfly which has wings, which has colors, which is beautiful. So here is how the transformation of a caterpillar into the cocoon happens into a butterfly. You cannot resist change. You have to be willing to change. Change is inevitable. Everything around you is changing. The times are changing. The scenarios are changing. The weather is changing. Everything is changing. How can you not change? Have a comfort in change. Accept change. Start changing small things. Start changing the position of furniture in your house. Start changing your diet. Start changing your everyday exercise habits. Start changing the way you dress yourself up. Start changing everything. Whatever small changes can you make, it can start from there, and then bigger changes would be easy for you to absorb. So change is something where your growth zone expands. It will expand. So your comfort zone expands. So if you want to expand your comfort zone, be inclusive of change. The moment you start bringing change, you'll feel better. You'll feel amazing. But don't limit yourself to what you have been doing or what your ancestors have been doing. Do something new. Transform. Let's look for transformation. And the fourth thing, the last thing which you have to do is that you have to open yourself to new ideas. You have to open yourself to something more innovative. You have to open yourself to new perspectives, new point of views, and new learnings. You have to be willing to acquire new skills. If it is about working on your English, if it is only about being fluent in English, then be open to learn different skills. You have to master the art of reading. You have to master the art of self-talk. You have to master the art of spending time with yourself, taking out your me time. You have to master the art of listening. It cannot be just English by focusing on was, were, would, should, shall, should, ought to, everything. This will not make you fluent. It has to be about changing your perspective. So open yourself up. Once you are a butterfly, open your wings now and start including a lot of other things. It's all about learning new skills. You cannot just work on one area by looking at that one problem through one lens. It has a lot of perspectives and you have to open yourself to it, to all the challenges. So when you are willing to change, you have to change a lot of things. It cannot be just your English. It cannot just be reading books. It's about being more fit. It's about going for a walk every day. It's about changing your diet. It's about, being critical to your own patterns. It's about spending some time alone. It's a package and you have to deal with everything. So be more skillful, be more open, be innovative, be creative, and then only you'll be more confident. You'll be successful in whatever you do and you'll be able to live the life that you've imagined for yourself. You've been dreaming for so long. Finally, your dream will become your reality. So These 4 zones, which you have to step from one to another, can help you become the person you want to become. And these 4 techniques, which are followed by the zones, will take you towards the growth zone. So if you are willing to grow, if you're willing to change, this video is going to be very helpful for you. You can watch it again, listen to it carefully. This is a very precious, it's a very valuable video if you are willing to look into the deeper meaning of it. Take the maximum that you can out of it. I hope you all develop your wings. I hope you all grow into your best versions. Take care of yourself. Bye bye for now.